guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I have another exciting video. I have to review, swatch, play with, talk about the new NYX In Your Element Fire Palette. I was definitely drawn more to the Fire Palette just because of the color scheme that is actually in here. However, if you were talking about just, elements, I like to think of myself as an earth element. So I got the earth palette as well. However, I will be saving this one for another video because I don't want to do a review of two palettes in one. It would make it too complicated, and if you don't buy both palettes, you won't be able to get the same look that I create, so I just thought it'd be easier to split the two up. If you guys are lucky enough to have an Ulta next to you, I personally do not. I had to have my mom go to Ulta and pick these up for me. I live out in the desert where there is no Ulta or Sephora or anything of that matter. I would have to drive about an hour out of the desert to be able to go to a makeup store. So my mom was kind enough to go to Ulta during the week in which they had buy one get one half off all NYX products, which I highly recommend doing because the NYX palettes for this collection, the price seems to have jumped definitely. Each individual palette is $30 and you only receive 12 shadows. I also have their NYX Brights palette, and that was only $17.99, and you get way more shadows in there. I don't know if it's because the pans are bigger or the quality is supposed to be different. We will find out. If you want to find out more about the NYX Earth palette, make sure you are subscribed so you know when I post the review on this one. So jumping right into this video. So the palette itself looks exactly like the box. It is very cute packaging. I will give it that. The first ingredient that they list on the back is, of course, talc. It is one of the main ingredients that most makeup companies use. However, the entire debate between the talc, I don't know, that is going to be up to you whether this is a palette you want to purchase if it has talc in it. That is up to you. If you do not know about the talc situation, be sure you Google that and you are up to date. So when you open this up, you can see you get 12 beautiful shadows in here and a very large, beautiful mirror in here that fills up the entire compact. I think this is going to be perfect, and it is actually a very clear mirror. You know how some of them have kind of like a weird film to them or something like that. Inside of this palette, you do get 5 mattes. You get the 2 down below, 2 in the middle, and the 1 in the upper right-hand corner. Also 5 shimmer shadows. And then you have 2 that are a semi-shimmer. They have little gold reflex that is inside of it. I think it's going to come out more matte, but it does still have that glitter aspect to it. So I just want to let you guys know what comes in it. Now I know that not everybody likes arm swatches, but I'm going to insert really quick for you guys. I like to see them when I watch a review/tutorial video, so I'm going to insert that. Even though it's not 100% accurate as to how the colors will actually pay off on the eyes, it is still a nice way to see what is actually in the palette. So here are the swatches in the palette. I went from left to right. One of them is a duochrome from red to blue. Hopefully it picks up. So now that I have that out of the way, let's jump into actually trying these shadows on my eyelid. In every review or tutorial that I do, I always use the same thing to prime my eyelids, so I went ahead and did that off camera really quick. But I used the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion in Eden, and I set it with my Wet n Wild eyeshadow in Creme Brulee. So I am going to begin with a transition shade using my Morphe Y16 brush. I'm going to be going into the yellow in the palette. This yellow is coming off really nicely. Got my NYX Ultimate Brights palette for you guys because there is a yellow that is in here, and I'm quickly gonna run my finger through that one, and I'm also gonna swatch this one. Honestly, it seems like it's the same kind of yellow, but I went ahead and swatched them. I don't know if you guys can see that, but the one in the NYX Fire palette is down below, and it is swatched so much better than the one in the NYX Brights palette. It is still a very beautiful yellow that is in here, but I feel like the pigmentation that is inside of the actual Fire palette is a lot more richer in pigment, and it seems like it is a lot more creamier to the touch, where the other one feels a little bit powdery. When I swatched the bright one compared to the Fire palette, It was definitely a different consistency, even though the formula almost looked identical in the color payoff. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take the orange shade that is down in the left-hand corner, and I'm gonna take it on my Y19, and I'm gonna be placing it below where I put the yellow, because I want the yellow to really show through. That is a very, very bright color. I was honestly not expecting it to come off quite that dark that quick. I'm gonna take my Morphe Y17 brush and I'm gonna run it along the edges. Just gonna hit it one more time on top with a little bit of yellow to help blend it out. Next, I'm gonna load up my Sephora crease brush with the plum shade that is down at the bottom, right next to that orangey shade. Oh wow, that picked up a lot of color. I tried to swirl my brush in there and it like picked up. And I'm gonna take my Y17 and blend out the edges. And build up a little bit more color. Next, I'm gonna take my Y22 in the gold shade and I'm gonna highlight the brow bone. I'm gonna take a little bit of concealer and I'm gonna cut the crease. I will do this no matter what palette. I feel like it helps the shadows that you put on stay and be more vibrant, especially if it is a shimmer. And then I'm gonna take the gold shadow that we used on our brow bone, and I'm gonna take it on my finger because I feel like applying it with your fingertip is a lot easier than applying it with a brush. To be fair though, I'm gonna try to apply it on my other eye using my Morphe Y18. If you guys can tell the difference between the fingertip and the brush, the one with the brush, the glitter is not as vibrant as the one that I used my fingertip, which is why I love to use my fingertip. So I'm just gonna go ahead and go over it one more time. For the bottom lashes, I'm gonna try out another color for you guys so you can get a really good representation of how the colors apply on the eyelid. I'm gonna go in with a rich brown color that is in the upper right hand corner. Apply it using my medium eye shader from Royal & Langnickel. Taking a Wet n Wild crease brush, I'm just gonna blend that out. Real quickly off camera, I'm gonna pop on some liner from the Wet n Wild liquid liner and some Revlon Ultra Volume mascara, and then applying some falsies. These are from Mona Lashes in the style Gia. So here you have the completed look that I created using the NYX Fire palette. I will definitely be doing more tutorials using the rest of the colors in here. I just wanted my initial review to be a fire-esque look. I want to show the comparison of two NYX palettes. Here is the NYX Ultimate Brights palette and here is the Fire. There are a lot of similar tones, I guess you could say, inside of the two. However, I did compare the two. The consistency and the creaminess that is inside of the Fire palette is much better than the Ultimate palette. I do really love the Ultimate palette, don't get me wrong, but I feel like they definitely changed the formula a little bit in comparison to this palette. Probably a reason why it is a little bit of a higher price point, because you get this entire palette for $17.99 and this one is $30. However, after trying these out on my eyes today, swatching them, playing with them, I will 100% say that I recommend this Fire palette. Even though it is $30, you know, keep a lookout for those sales. That is one of the good things about it being a drugstore palette. When Ulta has a sale, you will be able to perhaps pick this up for buy one, get one half off, and then it makes the palette a little bit less expensive. You'll get 2 palettes for the price of $45 instead of $60, which makes it a little bit more reasonable in price. But if you will be just purchasing one, I so far definitely recommend this Fire palette. I will also be doing a review on the Earth palette, so keep a lookout for that one. I will be posting that one about a week after I post this video. I would definitely love to know down below in the comment section if you guys have already purchased one of these palettes. What do you think about it? What is your experience with it? So that is all I have for today's video. I really hope that you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a like, subscribe down below. If you want to be notified when I post, right next to the subscribe button is a little bell. Hit the bell and it will let you know when I post during the week. I post twice a week, once on Wednesdays, the second time on Sundays. So I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.